just wanted to state, to start off by saying what an honor it is to be ranked in the preseason top 25 for the first time in 50 years. It's something special. Just to do something that hasn't been done in 50 years is a pretty special thing. And, it's a tribute to our guys and the work that they've put in. It's also a tribute to our administration, to my coaches, to our trainers, to everybody involved to get our program to a level where, we can be a preseason top 25 team. And it's great for alumni, the university. I know everybody's excited. But at the same time, as I told our players, it's only a preseason poll, and, just crumble that piece of paper up and throw it in the basket. The games are won on the court, and we understand that. And I don't think that preseason poll is going to, make our guys play any harder or any less hard. We're just excited, to start the season and have everybody really looking forward to a good season, playing a great schedule, as you guys know. But really just in terms of the top 25 preseason poll, it's great for everybody involved at our university.
Jaren or Jalen, the same kind of along the same lines that Mark said, what does it mean to the program, to the players, to be a part of, being ranked for the first time in 50 years, to make some history with this program?
Honestly, like Coach Schmidt said, it's truly an honor to be in this position. As we grow up, we grew up wanting to play college basketball and build bronze with our teammates. And as a team, we did this. Again, that's last year's team. So we're focused on this year and accomplishing the goals that we have set. But again, we're still smiling deep down inside. We don't really feel the pressure because we're just out there playing basketball and the things that we love and having a great time with our teammates and just enjoying this year together. But again, it's still a true honor to be considered to be one of the best teams in the country. And we're just going to continue to work hard each and every day and keep putting our best foot forward to continue to reach our goals that we have this season.
I also noticed in your on your Instagram, it says most improved loading in your bio. Is that am I reading too much into it, or is most improved player?
No, that was something I put in before last season, actually. I felt like the jump I made, coming into last season, was huge. Just my overall mindset, how I planned to attack the game overall, just completely changed. And I felt like I improved so much, I got so much more mature on and off the court and things like that. And, I just looked at myself as, being such an improved person. And it's just something I kind of threw in there.
Change our focus. I think, I'm lucky to have, 5 seniors that have been through this thing. And, there was high expectations last year, maybe not as high as this year. But, I think, we have 5 veteran guys, 5 mature men that understand that, rankings aren't, rankings are great for the media and for the alums. But for our team, we understand what's at stake. The games are played on the court. They're won and lost on the court. They're not won in the polls and the newspapers. So I'd be much more concerned if we had a young team, or freshmen and sophomores are just coming in and they haven't worked at it and they got preseason ranked in the top 25. But these guys have worked their tails off and deserve to get some notoriety. So there's not going to be any concern if we don't have the season that everybody's talking that we may have. It's not going to be because the kids got lazy or got big-headed. We're going to work just as hard. They're going to work just as hard, and we have been, since the LSU game. So I have total faith in our players, especially the 5 seniors, that there's going to be great leadership, and there has been great leadership since we started practice. And there's not going to be any letdown and us walking onto a court thinking that, because we're, in the preseason top 23, top 25, that the other team's just going to roll over. That's not going to happen. So our mindset has always been, when we were picked 14th in the league, our first year, to being maybe picked first in the league this year, second a couple of years ago. It's, let's go out there and play, and let's prove that we belong in the Atlantic 10, and that we can really compete, and we can win the Atlantic 10. And I think that's what we've done, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
And for Jaren, along the same lines, I mean, there's been a buzz building over the past 3 months that Bono was going to be ranked. This probably doesn't surprise you that you wound up in the top 25, but how do you now brace yourselves and handle the fact that there's going to be a real target on your back?
Honestly, over the summer, we were going into it not expecting to be ranked. Just because of the type of guys we have, nothing has been given to any of us. So we didn't expect to be ranked. Like I said, we're blessed, and it was an honor to be ranked. But like you said, each and every game, we're going to get everybody's best shot. So we're going to go out there and play basketball like we know how to do. It's not about the number 23 team against whoever. It's just about St. Bonaventure playing basketball with the guys that we have out there, the teammates, and us preparing to go out there and, get victories. And that's just really what it is. When we go out there and play, we don't have the number 23 like on our shoes we don't see that during the games. Only people on TV see that. So we're just going to go out there and continue to play as if we're not even ranked.
Go ahead. Sorry.
And not even put that pressure on ourselves. We just want to play free and play as loose as possible and play together.
That's a good answer. And I'm half joking here. Would it have been easier if you guys weren't ranked because that wasn't your expectation? I'm half joking.
I mean, like I said, as a little kid, you grow up and you see, Michigan State or Michigan is ranked. And, now I'm grown up and, I was able to text my mom. My mom sent me the article that she was ranked, and, she was so proud of me. So it's just, it's a great experience, another memory to share with my guys, and something just to continue the spectacular season. So, we're all happy deep down inside, but we know we have a job to do. We know we have goals to accomplish at the end of the season.
Thanks so much.
Last year's schedule was so fluid because of the COVID-19 pandemics. Games were getting canceled, games were getting rescheduled. How does having a more stable, normal season schedule, how's that going to help your team as it pursues success this year?
I think that, just going into it, just seeing, the competition we're going to play, it motivates us, even more. We have already been working as hard as we possibly could, but, knowing that we're going to have, some shots at, some pretty good teams, it's going to be really fun.
I mean, like I said, like Coach Schmidt always says to us, like we've earned the schedule. We feel like as a whole, as a team, we have the right to play these games. And like I said, we're going to get everybody's best shot, but everybody's going to get our best shot as well. So we're just going to go out there and play the right way and play together. But it's definitely some fluidity. I think we will definitely get better when it comes to that. Last year, a couple times we were practicing for a team, and then I think Coach Schmidt said, like, we're not playing. So it's just like we have a practice for a whole team and then scouting for somebody else. So, but then again, nothing is still as a stone. Corona is still out there. It's not gone away, so it could still happen. But we're just going to try to attack every game with the same mindset, let the coaches do their job and get us prepared. And we're going to go out there and play hard and, play the right way.
Thank you.
Ryan, over to you. Hey, Jalen, Ryan, SBU TV Sports. So I was just wondering, so obviously Fan Jam coming up this Friday. So basically saying the fans are going to be back in the RC this year. And obviously it's a really exciting year for fans, for you're the team that's going to be out there. What's your excitement level for fans returning into the RC? Obviously, last year there wasn't any, and then the year before you kind of experienced what that was like. So how excited are you for the fans return?
I'm very excited, my sit out year here, just seeing, how electric, this place could get, is something that, I've always looked forward to, and to think that, going into this season, I got the opportunity along with the rest of my teammates, especially the new guys, they're going to enjoy it a lot, and it's something that, you can't really put into words, but, we've been working as hard as possible, and, we're ready for it. We prepared for it. We have, and just this is something that's going to be really exciting.
All right, that's all the questions we have for the student athletes. Jalen and Jaren, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. And we'll see you at Fan Jam on Friday. We'll transition now back to questions for Coach. We'll start with Mark.
Hey, Mark Singleways from the Albany Times Union. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks.
I'm curious. I mean, it's a few weeks off, but your opener will be against Siena, a team you usually play every year, but it's a little different. You usually don't play them in the opener. What's your feelings about kind of putting your ranking on the line for the first time in a rivalry game against a team that's very much a new look team with a lot of new players in Siena?
Yeah, it's like every game is really important, and you always want to get off to a good start. Siena's had a very good program for a long time, and we started this Franciscan Cup, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, and it's been tremendous for both programs. So just really looking forward to, right now we're not thinking about Siena, we're thinking about, trying to get better in practice every day. We'll worry about them, a week before the game, but they're talented. They'll be well coached. It'll be a great game, and really looking forward to it. It's really looking forward to playing a game with fans, and it's the Raleigh Center is going to, be sold out, and give our guys a chance to, especially the younger guys, to see what it's really like to play in the Raleigh Center, and for our veteran guys who didn't have a chance last year to get that feeling back. But right now we're just really trying to figure out what we got and trying to get the young guys up to speed with things. And but we know Siena's going to be the open game. As you said, it's a rivalry game. We've had really good games against them, since we started up the rivalry with the Franciscan Cup. So looking forward to that.
And, as you mentioned, first ranking in 50 years. I think I'm reading down there that some people, it's the most anticipated season maybe since Bob Lanier was there, Mark. I mean, just around town, when you run into fans, when you run into alumni and that kind of thing, what kind of buzz, what kind of excitement are you getting down there?
You said the right word, buzz. It's tremendous. Everybody's looking forward to it. There's high expectations, but I'd rather have high expectations than no expectations. Like the two, Jalen and Jaren were talking about, these guys deserve to play the schedule that they're playing. They deserve, all the notoriety and the exposure that they've gotten. They've worked tremendously hard for this. And the university is, we haven't been ranked, in 50 years, and I was looking at somebody sent me something in, the top 25 teams, we have the lowest endowment. We got, I think, I don't know if it was Villanova or Gonzaga has like double the size of us, in terms of enrollment. It's pretty amazing, when you think about it, where Bonaventure has come to where we are now. And, I'm proud of that. I know that, it's taken a lot of people's efforts, administration, boosters, my assistant coaches, as I said earlier, the trainers, everybody's involved and everybody's really proud, and they should be proud. I think we've done it the right way, and really looking forward to playing basketball and seeing how good we are. Who knows, is that 23, preseason ranking, justified, who knows, but I'd rather be ranked than not ranked.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
AP, back to you.
Yeah, Coach, thanks for doing this. I feel like it's
welcome.
Been a little while. Hopefully you were able to enjoy a few days at the lake this summer.
Lots of days at the lake.
That's good. You deserve it. You deserve it. Just kind of an overarching question. So, we go back to you talk a lot about, when you got here saying, why can't they win again? Why can't we have success again? But when you look at just like within the last 3 years alone and what you guys have been able to accomplish, 2 NCAA tournament appearances last year, obviously the A10 regular season and tournament title, a school record for wins, first NCAA tournament win in 48 years, and now, being nationally ranked for the first time in 50 years. I mean, that's a lot. Is it even to a point where you guys as a program and maybe as coaches are even a little surprised at the level that this thing has gotten to 14 years later?
No, I think when we took the job here, and I said it, I think in my opening remarks in the press conference, this place, I took the job because it wasn't a graveyard, and they had won in the past, and why can't we win again? And that was the challenge, and that's why I came to try to rebuild it, to help rebuild this thing. And I always say it's not all about me, but that was our goal. What was to build this thing back up, and not just to get respect, but to compete for titles. And that's what our vision was. And it's hard. We knew it was going to be difficult. It was a long road, but we're proud of what we've accomplished. And and we've done it the right way. We've graduated our players. Our kids do a great job in the community. So that's the thing I'm most proud of, that we haven't cheated, we haven't cut corners, we brought in the right type of kids, and I thought if we could do that we could win. And I you never know what's going to happen. 15 years ago, did I ever envision us being ranked in the preseason top 25? Probably not. But I envisioned us, competing for Atlantic 10 titles. I trying to get to the NCAA tournament. That was the goal. And, it was a long road. We took over, I think we had 3 scholarship players when I entered that locker room after the press conference. So there was a lot of challenges, but there was a lot of support along the way. And, there's one thing about Bonaventure alums, they are committed. They're passionate, and it's just not showing up for games. There's a great many of them that really support us financially. And that's paramount if we're going to win, with chartered flights and nutrition and all that stuff. So it's not just the administration. It's just not, the coaches and the players. It's those boosters, those people that really care about our program, that throw money at us so we can have, chartered flights and so forth. So this has been, a lot of hard work, but it's taken a lot of people to do that. But I'm pleased, I'm honored, I'm blessed to be in this situation, and hopefully we can have a really good year.
Right. Thank you so much.
Anthony, to you.
Thank you. Coach, in addition to the ranking that was announced this week, the Bob Cousy Point Guard of the Year, Award of the Year candidates also came out, and Kyle's name was on that list. Can you just describe what he means to this program and the team this year specifically?
One thing, he deserves to be on that list. He's one of the best point guards in the country. He started it as a freshman. When a freshman gets named captain of your team, and not chosen by the coaches, but chosen by his peers, tells you what his teammates think about him. So his leadership skills are off the charts. His work ethic, he loves to be in the gym. His understanding of how to play, his understanding of what we're trying to do in our system. Because the point guard, I say it all the time, he's our Tom Brady. He's the one that runs the show. And, he really has had and continues to have a great grasp of what we're trying to do. He's like a quarterback on the court. Every year he's gotten stronger. His skills have gotten better. he struggled a little bit with his 3-point shooting at the, early in the season last year, and he's worked all summer to make that weakness a strength. But he embodies everything that I want in a player, competitive, tough, skilled, a great teammate, and a winner, and that's one of, there's other reasons why we've had successful seasons since Kyle's been here, but he's a big part of this thing.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Time for 2 more questions. I think we have Ryan and Chucky remaining. Ryan, you can go first.
Hey, Coach. So obviously, we know how successful the team was last season, but obviously it's, take every game at a time for this upcoming year. But what would you say the end goal is where you want this team to finish at the end of the season?
We have the same goals we had last year. We want to win the Atlantic 10 regular season. We want to win the Atlantic 10 tournament. We want to go to the NCAA tournament, and we want to advance. I think last year, what we did was uncharted waters for our program. We've never done that before. And went to the NCAA tournament. We had the highest seed, I think, in school's history. But we didn't play great against LSU. And I think our guys that motivated our guys in the off season to not only get back to the NCAA tournament, but to advance. And that's our goal. Will that happen? Who knows? The Atlantic 10 is a really good league. We're playing a great schedule, probably the best schedule that I know, the best schedule since I've been the coach, and probably the best schedule in a long time. So there's going to be a lot of challenges. We may not be favored in some of those games, but we're playing, ACC, Big East, big time teams, SEC teams, Mountain West teams. So we got our hands full. But like I said earlier, our guys deserve to play this schedule, and let's see how good we are. But the goal is just like last year, is to try to win the Atlantic 10. If you can win the Atlantic 10, then you can get to the NCAA tournament. If you can win the Atlantic 10, you can compete against any team in the country. And then, hopefully win the Atlantic 10 tournament, so we don't have to worry about sitting in biting our nails about trying to get in, and then getting to the NCAA tournament in trying to advance. And I think that's every coach's goal, or every team's goal as you start the season. It's like the ultimate goal is to get to the NCAA tournament, and if a coach doesn't believe that, then, he doesn't have a lot of confidence in his players. So that's what we're going to try to do. Is it going to be hard? I'm not sure the last team in the Atlantic 10 that won back-to-back Atlantic 10 titles probably happened, maybe a decade ago. So we got a lot of things stacked up against us. But I'm really happy that we have 5 seniors that have done it last year that, hopefully can really lead us again this year.
And then you touched on it before, and I asked Jalen, but what's your excitement for the return of fans into the RC this year?
Last year we had a great year, but it was bittersweet. The great thing about Bonaventure is our community, and our community supports us 100%. And they live and die Bonaventure basketball. Not just the community, but the students, the administration, the alumni, and for them not to be able to experience what we experienced was terrible, was awful. And the Riley Center is one of the greatest places to play in college basketball. And, for our guys not to have experienced that last year was a disappointment. So to have everybody back in the Riley Center and making the Riley Center what everybody knows in the country it is going to be special. And for the coaches, but it's more for the players, for them to experience, a Saturday night in the Riley Center. There's nothing like it. And, hopefully we have that opportunity.
Perfect. Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
And Chucky, we'll wrap up with you.
Coach, I know the team has had some inter-squad scrimmages. I was wondering what your takeaways have been from watching those, and what the quality of play has been, and how do you watch and coach those, seeing all the new guys go up against the experienced players?
It's like anything. It's the experienced guys are ahead of the young guys. The young guys are still trying to learn their way and learn the system. And from a basketball perspective, when you really don't know what you're doing, it's really hard to play. So, the first 2.5 weeks we've been trying to put things in. The veteran guys know exactly what we're putting in. We put in a few different things in just to keep their brains alive. But the inter-squad scrimmages and in the practices, you don't put the 5 seniors against the young guys. The teams are all put together. We have young guys and old guys on each team. So we haven't got our top 8 or 9 guys yet, and that will take place in a week or so. But it's we've had good practices and bad practices, and some guys step up and play well one day and they play bad the next day. It's typical early season practices, a lot of fundamentals and so forth. So excited. The guys are, really excited. I've gotten great leadership from our five seniors. So we need to continue to improve. We're not nearly where we need to be. And, we got to get better every day. And, that top 25 ranking is great, because we got our 5 seniors back, but that's not going to do anything. Every team now is 0-0. So we're going to work hard to, and hopefully by November 9th, late November 9th, we'll want to know. That's the goal.
I saw that all 5 seniors and all 5 starters were captains. Was it a split vote, or was that a team decision?
That was a team decision. I thought, all those 5 seniors deserve to be captains. They put a lot into this program. They had a lot to do with our success last year, and to leave one of those kids out wouldn't have been right. So all 5 of those guys have really worked hard, and they deserve to be captains of our team.
Thanks, Coach.